Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a 2D perimeter in HEC RAS 2D for our flood modeling. So now let's get started. In our previous video, we have created our Manning's N value for our flood modeling. So in this video, we're going to create a 2D flow area. Starting with first, we're going to create a 2D perimeter. The area we are interested in our model is we're going to cover the flood areas, the floodplain areas in our model here. Basically, all the green areas. We're gonna create the 2D perimeter covering the flood areas in our model. Now I'm gonna zoom out here. So we're gonna start building our 2D perimeter area covering all the floodplain areas in our study region. So we're gonna start from here, and as I go towards and covering all the floodplain areas in our study region, and also covering our tributaries. We're going to cover the tributaries, and again I'm going to come back to my starting point here towards this side of this area, covering these floodplain areas, and we're going to return to our starting point here. To create our 2D perimeter area, first we can navigate to the geometry section here, and in that we have already created our Bald Eagle Creek here. And in that, I'm going to right click on this and click this option called Edit Geometry. And once you did that, we have this option called the 2D flow area. So you can able to see this is the 2D flow areas. So now we're going to click this plus sign here. And inside we have this set of options here, starting with perimeter, computation points, break lines, and refinement regions. So first you're going to select my perimeter, and once you selected your perimeter here, so the pencil like symbol which appears here, and now the option which pop-ups here. So now we are ready to create our perimeter area, and make sure that you select this particular option called add a new feature. So now let's start creating our 2D perimeter area. So we're going to start from here, so right from the Bald Eagle Upper Creek here. So starting, we're going to place a point here, so covering all the floodplain area along with a few elevated areas across the floodplain areas. So we're gonna draw my the perimeter areas covering all the floodplain areas. So use your the left key in the left key in your mouse to place a point over the floodplain areas in the study region. So you're gonna proceed here, and make sure that you use your scroll button to pan around, and to zoom use your scroll button to zoom in and zoom out. So right now we're going to place the points along the floodplain areas in the study region. And similarly covering the tributaries. So make sure that you place the point along the floodplain here. So we're going to zoom in here. So now we are covering the tributary here. Use your scroll button to pan around. So make sure that you press and hold your scroll button to pan around. So I'm covering all the floodplain areas in my study region. So you can able to see I'm covering all the floodplain areas in my study region. And again, I'm going to cover the floodplain areas in this side. And I'm going to use my scroll button. I'm going to press and hold my scroll button to pan around. And I'm going to place my points along the floodplain. So again, we're going to return back to our initial point here. So where we started. We are moving towards the upstream area in the Bald Eagle Creek. Make sure that all the points falls on the terrain model, and for that you have to zoom in and place the points along the floodplain area. Now I'm going to use my scroll button. Press and hold the scroll button and you can pan around. So we are back to our the starting point. So now to finish this, we're gonna head back to our initial point, and to finish this particular 2D perimeter area, we're gonna double click on the left key in our mouse. So now the window pop up saying new perimeter, provide a unique name for this parameter. So that is a perimeter. So right now here, gonna mention is the floodplain area. So the floodplain, I'm gonna mention as a floodplain. So floodplain 1, and I'm gonna click OK. So now a new window pop up saying the 2D flow area editor, and this is the exactly the floodplain area we have created. So if you're creating more floodplain area, it will be given here. So right now we have created only one floodplain area, that is floodplain 1, and next is the cell properties. So here we have the computation point stating the point spacing, and importantly this is where we actually set the size of all cells in our 2D model. And remember, in this type of model, we can actually get away with a quite large cell size, because the way it works, the structure of the landscape underneath is maintained within the cells, and each cell isn't just a flat bottom; it actually follows the terrain, so we can get away with the larger cells, and you could use in the other models. And this point spacing, the dx and dy, basically the length of going across and vertically up each cell. And we are actually going to align the next the x and y value to 50 meters, and you will assume your so here I'm going to mention is 50 here. So once you give the x dx as 50, the y dy is automatically becomes 50 also. And the next step is make sure that you select this option, enforce breakline and refinement region. So basically here you can able to see this particular table is kind of blank here, the number of cells to the minimum cell size. So now when you press this button called generate computation point, so by pressing this button here, we'll go ahead and create a cell size within the 2D area and generate, which is going to generate a set of information about the cells here. And I will explain about the break lines later. But now let's press this button called generate computation point. So we're gonna click this button. So now we have clicked here, and we have managed to generate our mesh, the 2D mesh here, and also I can reduce the size of your cell. For example, I can reduce my the size of the cell to about 20. And the n value is kind of pretty high here, so I'm gonna mention the n value to be around so here I'm gonna mention the n value to be around 0.035, and leave the rest as default here, and I'm gonna click this option again, generate computation point. So we're gonna click yes, so it's gonna replace it. So once you did that, the next step is we're gonna click this option called compute property tables. And right now in the bottom left corner here, so you can able to see this unknown error. So it will go away once we saved our work here. So we're gonna close this. So right now you can able to see we have created a mesh here, so you can able to see that. So this is our mesh, so which we created. And to save this particular work we done here, so we're going to navigate this option. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click this option called stop editing, and make sure that I click save, make sure that I click S to save. So it's going to save. So now the Bald Eagle Creek is got saved here. So right now we have created our 2D perimeter area, And once we created our 2D perimeter area, so next is our computation point here. So I'm gonna zoom in here and I'm gonna click this computation points. So right now we can able to see the points here. So what you are seeing is each of this black dot is where the computation border surface computation will be produced in the cell, and this is the computation points. So in this video I have shown you how to create a 2D perimeter in HEC RAS 2D for our flood modeling. So thanks for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel and give us a like.